So I'm going to explore a new trail today called the East Creek Trail. It's a long trail. I think it goes like over 20 miles out, but I'm just going to go about 7 miles in and then do like an out and back, but up to something called the Rocky Basin. And it looks like it starts in a burn area. There's a little warning sign. And right now there's a helicopter circling around searching for, I just talked to the family member, but there's a family member that went missing last night and said he was going out for a walk. So I'm also going to be keeping my eyes out for a missing family member of this family that's camping. It's a helicopter, search copter. All right. Well, the trail doesn't waste any time climbing up. I got a nice view of Lake Vallecito. And that search helicopter's come over me a couple of times already while they're doing their grid search. But I hope they find this guy. I'm glad the weather's nice. That'll help them for sure. As you can see, there's the lake down below me. And still climbing. Interesting thing, there's only one set of fresh prints just heading out. I don't see any back prints. They look like a male shoe. So if that is this guy's prints, hopefully I'll come across him at some point. But in the meantime, that helicopter's still searching. I don't know how long they've been out here, but they passed over me multiple times at this point. So anyway, still hiking. Pretty trail, just through a burn area right now, but it's really pretty. And wow, this is beautiful. I can see, so that's going up the Pine River. I've done hiking back in there. And that's probably part of Granite Peaks Ranch. And we're still heading back this way, and I'm still following that single set of footprints. So we'll see what happens. It's a pretty trail. It's like climbs and then dips, at least so far. Beautiful mountains around, and then all these little open areas that I'm passing through. Lots of pokey thistles. They have pretty flowers. Like, it's pretty. And I am still following these prints. I went ahead and used my Garmin inReach to message my husband and let him know to call the sheriff's office and at least let him know there's only one set of fresh prints out here. This is a remote area and it's not a popular hiking trail. And it looks like it's a men's size like 8.5, because I'm a size 10 in women. And the print's a little bit bigger than mine. And they only head out. And I don't have any prints coming back. So it could just be a hiker. But this trail starts really close to the campground where this guy and his family were camping. So I told him to just at least let him know. So that way this helicopter can kind of fly ahead. It's so funny, like right after I stopped talking on that last video, this trail runner came running towards me. So I asked him, hey, I guess this is your prints that I've been following. He said, yeah. And so I told him about the missing hiker, and he said, yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's been out on this trail for a long time. Like, he seriously was the only set of prints. So and he was camped at the same campground as the missing guy. So hopefully they end up finding him, but I don't think he's on this trail. So now I can just focus on hiking for now. All right. Just more open fields and big pines and spruce trees. And those ponderosa pines, gosh, they smell so good, like butterscotch. Anyways, now I can hike ahead and not have to focus on the footprints anymore. Wow, check out that rock. Like, where did it come from? My stepdad would say, from the mommy and the daddy rock. What a gorgeous day. This is really a pretty trail. glad I decided to try it out. So pretty. Walking down through this little fir forest. I have not seen water yet. Oh yeah, now that I say that, I can see right through here. This must be the East Creek that I'm coming up to. Let's get around this mud and check it out. Not a lot of water, but pretty rocky creek. Nice. Top of a little climb up to another open area. I just came from back down in there. And the helicopters still circling out here. I hope they find this guy. Okay. Other than the fact I'm in a burn area, all the trees look really healthy. Even like up on the hill, those spruce and pine look really good, because so much in this area has that beetle kill. So it's good to see some healthy forest. In the burn areas, it always seems like the aspens grow in and fill it in, which I love aspens. They're my favorite tree, so. Whew, warming up. Buena vista. Whew. Catching my breath because that was quite a climb up. And I'm still climbing more, of course, but oh, nice. So funny, just have these cows. It's okay. Out here in the middle of nowhere. Boy, y'all got it made. This last little section here has had tons of these thistles right beside the trail. And man, they are sharp when you bump into them. Like right there. That's ouch. Just try to step over. Yeah, that runner warned me about this. He was wearing shorts. I'm sure he really got stabbed a few times. Still climbing. It's like I climb over little hills that are getting a little bigger and bigger as I'm climbing back. I can see I'm getting to the top of one because I see sky. Now that is fresh bear poop. Hey bear! Hey bear! Well, just make sure we keep some noise. And I got my bear spray on hand. Hey bear! Nice. Okay. Wow. Well, that's pretty. So, kept going on the trail until I got to just over 6 miles. The trail started to get pretty overgrown and a lot of vegetation, and stepped down into this like kind of valley in between the hills and not a lot of views. And so I stopped because I had just come down a couple of big descents and checked the map, and it was showing me off in the middle of the woods. So I thought I was off trail because there's a lot of oh, I heard something. There's a lot of side trails, like cow trails and just game trails, and even a couple of look like almost maintained trails that would parallel the trail. So I thought maybe I'd gotten off trail, and I was already like just half a mile from where I planned to turn around it anyways. So I went ahead and turned around from there. But the problem was I've got this nervous system condition called POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And I have it pretty well managed, just lifestyle, but every once in a while I get an episode, and of course I had one while I was there at the furthest point and had 2 big climbs to get back up. And it's not really dangerous unless, you know, I was standing by a cliff and passed out or something. That wouldn't be so good. But it doesn't feel good. Like, it makes you feel real anxious. Your heart rate gets up inappropriately high, and you feel really fatigued, and your blood pressure, my blood pressure drops, and I can get real dizzy. So if I sit down and hydrate really well and get a lot of salt and electrolytes in, and that tends to help. But trying to do any kind of activity, it just makes the heart rate spike up really high. Like, even if I'm walking like a snail and going uphill with any kind of effort, my heart rate was getting up to like 195 and 196, which is ridiculous for me. So that wasn't very fun. But I just went really slow up the 2 climbs and then rested for a bit, and that seemed to help bring it back down. So it's still staying a little high, but it's getting better. So I'm just about a mile from the trailhead where I'm parked. And probably good, because it looks like clouds are starting to build up more. So I'll be back before there's any thunderstorms. And see if I can rest and recover. And oh, pretty. Okay, let's finish this off. Yep, came around the corner and there's the lake. Beautiful. Such a pretty lake. So, just gotta drop down a little bit. So here's a view of the entire lake. It is about 4 miles long, Lake Vallecito, and then my house is just up in that valley, about 2 miles up, the north end of the lake. So pretty.